Well, the weather outside is frightful, and the fire is so delightful. I'm sitting here thinking about it. I'm pretty sure that's what my animated Dean Martin sings. I really got to get batteries in those guys. Anyway, I thought what I would talk to you about today is YouTube. You're there right now. I, for a long time, I used YouTube for what probably most people always used it for is songs. You know, it's great for when you're sitting there going, oh, remember that old Herman's Hermit song or something? You go on YouTube and there it is and you can listen to it. And it's at least a 50% chance that if you want to sing along to it, somebody uploaded it with the lyrics. And then a lot of times you'd sit there and you'd see, they'd recommend a video to you and you go, oh, look, here's soldiers coming home. And you watch some of those and that leads you somewhere else and somewhere else. And next thing you know, you're watching a documentary about Krakatoa or something. Have no idea how you got there. But that's not the part of YouTube I was here to talk about tonight. You know, I've gotten into watching, a lot of the YouTubers. I really like the guys that do the First Amendment audits. I've talked about that before. Like I said, my favorite is David Finkel. But in case you don't know by now, these are guys that they'll go out and they'll do various things, Sometimes they'll just go out and they'll stand on public sidewalk in front of a business and film and see if anybody comes and bothers them about it. And they'll get varied reactions. It's amazing how one of the things I've noticed is people, everybody's got a right to be curious, but there's a lot of people that feel entitled to answers. It's one thing to come out and say, hey, what are you doing? Is this, were you hired to do this or what? And if the person says, I don't want to talk about it, it's like, okay, that's it. But they'll be like, well, you have to tell me, I work here. And just to go over this, I'm sure I've said it before, but just to go over it, you're allowed to film in any place any place in public where you're allowed to be. And you can film whatever you can see. And, okay, I keep saying film, and that annoys a lot of people. They'll say, we don't use film anymore. I don't care, screw it. It's like when you say, I wrote a message. No, you didn't, you typed it, but who cares? Anyway, so what was I saying about filming? There's different styles of people who do this thing. Now I like the ones who, first of all, they have a little humor to it. Another guy besides Finkel I like there's a guy goes by Cult News, spelled with a K. And there's others. One of the most famous ones is Long Island Audits. And a guy I really like, Jeff Gray. His channel's called On Your Oath. And he's the guy he'll go out and stand and he'll have like a cardboard sign that he's holding up and it says, please pray for homeless veterans. And everybody thinks he's out there begging and they try to run him off. He's actually been arrested a few times for it. And he always wins. Anyway, but I don't like those guys that they'll purposely go and instigate things, They'll be, loud and, they'll just start swearing at cops for no reason. And that's not a true First Amendment audit, A true test of the First Amendment is just to see if you go out and you stand there peaceably and then they come and give you a hard time, then that's a true test. And there's other things, though, that some of them do that annoy me. Now, there are people who have thousands and thousands of subscribers. Some of these guys, they'll have 500,000 or more, and they make a lot of money off of it. Now, one of the problems with that is when they start making money, they start doing things to, get more viewers, and that can sometimes be a slippery slope, But also something that annoys me is they'll do like product placement. They get sponsors, They'll be halfway through a video and you want to see what's going on, and then it'll be, hey, by the way, I'm sponsored by the guy that makes this wallet or something, and it just doesn't sit with me, and that's the kind of thing that you'll never see me doing, because first of all, I'm never going to have enough subscribers to be able to monetize, as they say in the biz. And also, even if I got, I think you need like 1,000 minimum. And if you have popular videos, you might make, $100 or $200 a month. Now, understand the guys that have, hundreds of thousands of viewers and that, they're making much more than that. But anyway, you won't ever see that from me, because even if I got that much and was making, if I got 100 a month, it'd probably cause me more trouble than it's worth. So that's something you don't have to worry about me was doing, like product placement or excuse me a second. This I got this thing, throw a little hot chocolate here. Oh boy, isn't that the stuff? Any of you who ain't Northerners, you don't know how good a hot chocolate can be, and I'll tell you, for my money, the best hot chocolate is Ghirardelli Premium Hot Cocoa Mix. Remember, if it ain't Ghirardelli, it ain't chocolate. But anyway, where was I? Yeah, some of these people, they let the money get to their head. And I'll tell you, a lot of them too, they overpromise. The title of the video will be, little girl puts cop in his place, and you watch the video and it's like some little girl gives a cop a flower or something. It's like just silly stuff like that. But if you find the right people to watch, you can learn a lot. And, well, I'll tell you, one of the things you learn is there's a lot of bad cops out there. They don't care about your rights, and they just love to push people around and exert their authority. Although, what's sometimes worse than cops is security guards, because they don't have nearly the authority they think they have, but they still want to push people around. Actually, I think the worst I've seen is there people no go and do audits outside of a prison. A little more Ghirardelli. Actually, this one is a coffee mocha. I like to put a packet of Ghirardelli in there and then mix, coffee in. And the best thing for coffee is the old Keurig with the K-cups. Keurig. If it ain't Keurig, it ain't coffee. You guys didn't give me the Keurig. Incompetent fools. Anyway, the worst is when guys will do it outside of a prison. And they'll be out in public, and prison guards will come out. You can't be here. Yes, I can. I'm on a public sidewalk. Well, you're filming a prison. You can't film a prison. Well, yes, I can. I'm out here. But they'll get like real, it's so obvious that they are used to pushing around guys who cannot in any way defend themselves, even verbally, that they think they can just take that out in public and treat everybody that way. But here's, I'll tell you one of my other favorite things about a lot of these, when people are doing them of any kind of a public building, whether it be a prison or a federal courthouse or something, and the cops will say to them, "You can't be here. It's private property." And they'll say, "No, I'm on public property." "No, this is private property. It's owned by the state or the county or the city or whoever." And it's like, what kind of morons are being hired as cops? It's private property owned by the state. If it's owned by the state, that's the definition of public property. Now, not to say that you can just go wherever you want on public property. If you go into a federal office building and there are hallways with signs that say, employees only beyond this point or restricted access, things like that. No, you can't go there. Although if it's a hallway that says you can't go beyond this point, you can film down that hallway. And they'll come and say, "You can't film there, that's private." Well, put a door there or something. Anyway, folks, that's about all I got to say today. I just once again, one of my pledges to you is I will never monetize and annoy you with trying to sell you stuff or any of that. I mean, after all, who's going to want to sponsor an old fat guy? What could I possibly be an expert in? And that's it for today. Again, it's that time of year, as my massive decorations back here show. It's the holiday season. Enjoy it. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.